Hi, I'm TJ Walker. This is The Habit Influencer. This is the show where we talk to you about all the latest information, insights, techniques on how to have positive habits in your life. Habits that will give you more fulfillment, better health, better career, better personal relationships. That's what we're all about here. Making yourself happy first thing in the morning should be your number one priority. Now, this is going to sound strange to some people because it seems like it's being selfish. You are not being selfish if you focus first and foremost on trying to make yourself happy first thing in the morning. If you try to put yourself in a good mood, you're not being selfish. You are doing the right thing for your family, for work colleagues, friends, and for yourself. Why is that? Think of it this way. Imagine your spouse comes to you in the morning, tells you that you are fat, ugly, lazy, useless, messy, a slob, and then says, and take the garbage out. How motivated are you going to be to do that specific action right now? Now, how about another scenario? Your spouse comes to you, says good morning, asks how you've slept, perhaps gives you your favorite cup of coffee the way you like it, and then says, oh, I hope you have a fantastic day. By the way, whenever you finish your coffee, would you mind taking the garbage out? Which scenario is more likely for you to want to take the garbage outside or do any other household task? I didn't mean to pick one that seems sex specific if you believe in sexually designated tasks around the house. Which scenario is more likely to make you want to do that positive house cleaning habit right then of taking out the garbage in this case? Chances are it's the second scenario because you're feeling good, you're feeling upbeat, you're already in a good mood, you're hearing great things from your spouse or your partner. You've already been given something. You have a nice cup of coffee. It's simply easier to do things when you are in a good mood. Now, habit researchers for a long time have known this, and I definitely agree with it, that if you are in a good frame of mind, if you are happy, it's much easier to tackle the tasks at hand, for you to do easy tasks, but also hard tasks, and to have focus. So what does this mean for you at a practical level? I'll just break down for you what I do myself in my own day. Very early in the morning, I go to my cell phone or my iPad, and I go to a joke app, and I read one joke, and I give myself a little chuckle. It doesn't take an hour or 10 minutes or 5. It takes 20 seconds, sometimes 10 seconds. But I start my day off with a chuckle. This is also why it's a great idea to start off your day, and this sounds like a cheesy thing, I know to some of you, it did to me for many years, journaling gratitude about something. What is it you are grateful for? The simple act of writing down something you are grateful for puts you in a good mood. It's focusing on the positive in life. And when you are in a good mood, when you are positive, it's a lot easier to do other daily habits that are going to help you, whether that's making calls to clients in the business world, whether it is doing the sit-ups you've assigned yourself, doing your 20 jumping jacks in the morning, as we talked about earlier this week. Whatever it is that you're trying to do on a habit basis, your normal routines in life, it's going to be easier to do it, easier to be motivated to do it, even though I don't really like that word motivated, if you're in a good mood, if you are happy about things. And this is where it can sound a little frou-frou to some people, because it kind of sounds like the Stuart Smiley, the old Al Franken routine, the caricature of what self-help is about, of, you know, I'm great and wonderful and doggone it, people like me, when he's staring at the mirror. You don't have to say it like that, but I do want you to think about something positive that puts you in a good mood. For me, just reading a joke, getting a little chuckle is a way to do it. It takes very little time. You know, when you're on an airplane, the attendants tell you, if we run out of oxygen, put oxygen, the mask that falls down, on your own mouth before trying to worry about your kid or anyone else around you. You have to take care of yourself first before you can take care of anyone else. I believe the same is true when it comes to positive habits in your life. And if you want to increase the odds that your positive habits can start off quickly, easily, put yourself in a good mood. But don't use this as an excuse. I don't want to hear you say, well, teacher, I'm in a good mood if I get to watch a 2-hour comedy movie in the morning. Well, your day will be over, your productive hours will be over if you start watching a 2-hour comedy. Now, you might want to play a game if it's a really, really quick solitaire game and you can do the whole thing in 1 minute. But don't start a video game and next thing you know, you're in Fortnite and you've spent 3 hours and you forgot to show up to work or school that day. I'm not talking about something that long that's completely self-indulgent that takes you anywhere and everywhere. I'm talking about something brief, something short, something that doesn't take a lot of time, but it puts you in a good mood. When you are in a good mood, it's easier to exercise. It's easier to really sit down and start writing that nonfiction book or that fiction book. It's easier to tackle that big task, whether it's home improvement, whether it is starting a new software program. It's just easier when you are in a good mood. This is also why, by the way, I really recommend you try to minimize your news consumption in the beginning of the day, because too much news is likely to put you in a funk. Now, I'm not suggesting never watch news, don't vote, tune out. No, I consume news, I vote, but I try to put specific restrictions on how much time I consume news in the morning so not to be overwhelmed with negativity. And one rule I have, some of you have heard me talk about this before, I watch zero cable TV news. I cut it out of my diet about 2.5, 3 years ago after a certain election here in the United States. I just decided no more cable TV news at all, and it's been one of the best things in the world for my mood. So think about what you can do to make your mood better in the morning. It's going to make life better for everyone else.